Fan Frenzy's where we're at. Fan Frenzy, where fans take control of the conversation. The Yondies, as we call them.
Yeah.
The fans of Beyond the Racing Line and Formula One in general. Yondies. I'm going to start us off.
Okay.
I'm going to take one for the team. I'm going to take Sam straight off the top.
Are you really?
Yes, we usually avoid.
What's brought that on? Just
There's two of us, and I couldn't be bothered trying to work out how to avoid it.
Just your good-hearted nature.
I mean, yes, of course. That's he gave the race an
is.
electric 9 out of 10. He's with you on this one.
Oh, yeah, good.
Even after being awake for 20 hours, was awake from restart to finish, missed the very start with sights on fire while driving home from work. Tyres overtakes, shuffling midfield, beautiful. All those wonderful things. 3 points to Bortoletto. Rookie in the green tractor alongside Max on the grid and getting points. Get in there. 2 points to Lawson. Oh, here we go. I'm a bit similar to him. Fastest Red Bull driver, even though I trashed him. Good work for putting me in my place. 1 point to Alonso. I just like seeing the non-Stroll Aston in the points. Sumi, done of the day, Colapinto. You did Stroll things, champ. Yes, using champ.
Condescendingly. He's a few friends at work that don't like that. I've never really bought into that though. Like,
I didn't realise it was a problem. I don't use it.
I actually.
I just want to know if I've been called champ and I didn't realise it was a bad thing.
I tend to say it a lot actually on purpose now because no one upsets them.
By not using your wing mirrors and then you run. Oh yeah, we didn't actually mention this in the race, did we?
Yeah.
They ran.
Look, I don't think it was, like, a lot of people talked afterwards saying, yeah, this is the thing that cost Oscar. Nah, I don't think it was.
No, I agree.
It was ordinary.
Yeah, it could have been very ordinary.
Oh, jeepers, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. No, so anyway, it was probably one of those rookie things. The fact that he gives it to him and not to Antonelli, who actually took somebody out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hero, Paige. I agree with this, but I don't know why. Well, Paige is a hero. She's a legend. I was stuck at work at 11. Was afraid of missing the start because I like Austria. Paige messaged me to say the broadcast is haywire and will start 15 minutes later. Did it?
Yeah, because science was on fire, so we went into the 10-minute procedure.
Of course. Best message, aside from Roger saying, I've cooked you Chinese pasta. A delicacy.
Delicacy in the world.
Question, Tristan. This is for you.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Who are you more up and about for? Who are you more up and about for?
Yeah.
Williams, Sauber, Lawson, or Aston Martin?
Why? It's definitely Sauber. It's Sauber all the way at the moment. Because for a team that have done next to nothing for a couple of years and have spent most of their time just teetering off in the wilderness waiting to become Audi, and then suddenly it's like they've awoken and it's like, oh, well, we better start doing something as we get ready.
You got a very low bar.
But that's what I'm up
considering that they've done all those things, and just because they've started to show a bit of promise,
you can't not be up and about them.
I'm very down on them.
Yep.
To have been through all of that for so long is just pathetic. I'm pleased they're making improvements.
Yeah.
But they've got a bit more to prove.
Yep.
Over to you.
I will go back to the top here. We'll go to Simon Blackburn, a ranking of 8 out of 10. Fantastic battles. Then the order settled, but still held some suspense. Hero Sauber for both in the points, particularly 20th to 9th for Hulk. Dud Colapinto, more like Colapunto. Points 3 to Lando for an incredible weekend. Great to see confidence too. 2 to Liam Lawson for a standout drive that I hope to see more of. And 1 Bortoletto, especially for his qualifying results. Question. At what point will James Vowles have a complete meltdown? What an unfortunate weekend. Well, James's famous comment is break everything. And his drivers have obviously heard that for the first time. And they're like, oh, ripper. Let's do that. Yeah, he can't be happy. How's he sleeping?
Yeah.
How's he sleeping?
He's the sort of character that this wouldn't throw him.
Oh, yes. From the exterior, he'll be keeping calm and cool and professional. But I tell you what, when the factory lights are out and he's locking up for the end of the day, there's a couple of fists going through a wall on the way through.
The fact that you're asking me that question,
I'm just saying
it just lights me up.
You know, I won't
it
say
lights me up.
I'll never pass an opportunity to give Williams a drive by. That's
James
for sure.
Vowles is sleeping soundly.
No, he's not.
Honestly,
No,
it's the
he's
sort of
not.
season where they
No.
weren't expecting anything. They
Alex
picked
is
the
crashing.
low-hanging fruit.
Alex is retiring. Science is not qualifying well. His brakes are on fire.
No,
He's not happy.
And they're the best of the rest, pretty much. And all of that's still happening. And he's, from the start of the season, said it's all about 2026. He's laughing. He's like, this is easy. This is easy. I fixed this so easily. So, no, he's the sort of character that's quite happy. I'll go with the next one. Let's go to Paige. Race ranking a 9 out of 10. Oh, they're on the same page at the moment. Absolute pure chaos from start to finish. 3 to Bortoletto. Excellent quality and held out through the chaos to finish in the points with his teammate. Lawson being the fastest Red Bull. Norris holding his nerve and getting the job done. I think I had the same points as you. Dud of the day, Colapinto forcing Piastri off track and trying to race him despite being overlapped. I think we see that one slightly differently, but that's okay. Question. What are your must-keep tracks for F1 calendar? Hers are Spa, Silverstone, Brazil, Suzuka, Australia.
Yeah, I like all this.
Yeah, are there any others that you'd need to add in?
Singapore. I love Singapore. And I think she's nailed probably most of those. I'm just trying to think anything
I'll take
else.
Monaco for the fact that it's the
you've got to have
scene,
it, don't you?
isn't it?
You've got
It's
to
the
have it,
scene of it all, and it doesn't produce the best racing. But
it's definitely not Miami, that's for sure.
No, it ain't. It ain't. I'd nearly put Texas.
Oh, I love Circuit of the Americas.
Yeah, I'd nearly put that in there.
I think I've always mentioned that we're in the realm of getting ready to be a real mainstay as the calendar. I do like Circuit of the Americas.
Yep.
Do you remember Leclerc's sunset lap in quali when we ran late and just that
gorgeous,
picturesque and that
yes, it's
50-foot flag.
People ask me all the time,
hill and,
what track would you go to? And after rolling off Spa and Monaco, the Circuit of Americas, because you can stand in one spot and see so much of the track. Absolutely. That just sounds glorious to me. Yeah. Anyway, over to you.
Nat Pollard, a race ranking of 9 out of 10. Look, people are on board with the 9s, which is great to see. 3 to Lando, dominant weekend. 2 to Oscar, awesome start and kept the pressure on Lando most of the race. And 1 to Bortoletto, great overtakes and not afraid to take on Fernando. Done of the day, Red Bull. It's well past time to admit that the problem has never been the second driver.
Yes.
It's the car.
Yes, great call.
Yeah, hero of the hour. And I'm all around this one too, Nat. Bernie Collins celebrating International Women in Engineering Week by interviewing female crew members on the grid. I really liked it, Nat. I totally agree with you. She had some female employees of all the teams ready to go, asked them who they were, what their role was, and then to explain it. But I feel like, Nat, and I don't know if it was me just not paying attention to the broadcast for a split second, but when she got to the last person that she had ready, it was an F1 Academy driver. And then Ted sort of jumped in and almost like saved face, and I felt like Bernie didn't know that she was an academy driver,
you're right.
and she thought she did something different. Tell me your thoughts on that, Nat, because that could be me just tuning out. But I thought it was really good. I enjoy the non-Martin grid walks at the moment. I'm starting to enjoy it. Because it's different.
They've gotten a little
every
old.
week. Like, I'm starting to see some different things. Like Ted's
It used to be
Ted's thing of what does that bit do the other week? I thought that was interesting.
Martin's grid walk used to be a must watch.
Yeah.
Every week, and now I don't need it. If I happen to see it, I'm on it. I'll sometimes go back to watch it if I don't see it, if I'm watching the wrong time. But no, I'm with you. I am moving on happily at the moment, and Bernie is a big part of that.
Oh yeah, I love Bernie. I just thought it was good. I think in the weeks that he hasn't been there, they've really nailed it with, I want to just give you something different. Whereas I feel like when Martin does it differently, it's a real sort of, let me just quickly randomly do something off the top of my head, which seems to be not really doing it for me at the moment. I don't know. I could be being super critical there, but Nat, superhero. I thought that was great too. Question: name your top 3 F2 graduates who have been overlooked for F1 seats in favour of pay drivers.
Well, let's go 3 between us.
Testing your knowledge of F2 here, aren't we? Schwartzman, for me, is the number one that was overlooked coming out of the Prema stables.
Yeah.
And not making the grid. I think it's very unlikely. Yeah. I was always a fan of Alex Peroni, the Australian, who...
He was the one that crashed through the barrier, wasn't he?
Yes, but probably spent more time in F3 more than anything there.
Yeah.
And then someone else...
Theo Porcher for me.
Theo Porcher.
I mean, Drugovic as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think... I mean, you can nearly go Doohan's been overlooked. I still think there's something there.
You probably could, couldn't
I still think there's something there for Doohan, but... Porcher, I think, is sort of... He's covered it for... His name's been around for a long time. It's hard to know. There are so many elements that go into F2 that it looks like a driver's on fire.
Yep.
But you never quite know. Or there is another driver who's just absolutely putting it together and overshadows the others.
Jack Aitken did quite well, but obviously moved on into endurance racing and sports car racing.
Who was the one that couldn't keep his mouth closed for Red Bull?
Yeah.
And had all the talent and all the skill.
Was it Callum Ilott? I don't know. I think I've got that wrong there.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Name escapes me off the top of my head.
But yeah, he couldn't keep his mouth shut and kept on crashing into people deliberately. But he had some severe pace. Yep. I mean... Yeah, I think there's... Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Yep,
we'll wait and see. But Drugovic obviously is the other one. I mean, yeah.
I've never really...
No, I know, but we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. That's the thing. Like, it's... Yeah, you would... It's... For me, there's a few that if they were that good, they would have jumped in. There was a year or two, and it would have been around the Schwartzman era, where rookies just weren't coming in.
Yep.
And so that told me that the grid was really well skilled. They weren't looking for drivers. And then we have a year where 5 rookies come in.
Yep.
Like this year, there's a couple that came in throughout the season the last couple of years. And so that's like, it's all about being available at the right time and being in front of mine at the right time. And so, like a Schwartzman and a Drugovic. I feel Drugovic has been around the sport, I guess, when all these spots have opened up and he hasn't managed to get the spot. But Schwartzman, I think, was probably one that fits that bill. There was another one at his time too, which, But anyway. Have we got any more?
Yes, you've got one more.
Direct me.
I am directing you down to Dean Holt.
Dean Holt.
I'll fire that one off. Dean, race ranking a solid 8.5 out of 10. Bit of a crazy start and quite a tense battle for the lead. Rankings 3 to Lando for a faultless weekend, 2 to Bortoletto, had a great race in qualifying, beating Hulk and getting his first points, and 1 to Oscar. Great drive, keeping Lando honest and made just a couple of mistakes. The dud goes to Red Bull. If they aren't going to change the second car to help suit the driver, they might as well just run one car. You know, I was thinking about this, right? Is the call for the car to be changed for a second driver really warranted when you have the quality of Max? Like, I wonder to myself sometimes, what will we lose from Max?
4 world championships?
To appease a second driver's capabilities on a weekend. Like, you got to ask that question, and it's just something I've been thinking about a lot.
It is the quandary. Like 4 world championships.
4 world championships, generational
argument's
talent.
Sake, the car's been quite similar. The difference is now, it's gone beyond the limit. It's always suited Max's driving style. And then he's won 4 Drivers' World Championships. The team's won, I think, 2. It's only 2, because I think Mercedes won the 21.
I think they won the 21,
and then McLaren won the last of Max's. So they've only won 2 Constructors' Championships
since then
out of the 4. And so that's a knock on them. Could they have gone down a different path and asked Max to step up? And that's the grand question that I always ask. I would have thought Max could drive
anything,
lots of different styles of car really, really well. And I feel like they haven't explored that option properly.
Look, behind closed doors, they might have, and Noah Maxey might have just said, no thanks.
Yeah. And for me, they're in panic mode.
Yeah.
Because Max could leave.
Yeah.
And it leaves them being the worst car on the grid. And that is not if Max wasn't in that team, would they be considered the worst car on the grid at the moment? They'd be close to it. They'd be back markers, wouldn't
you
they?
Reckon? Really?
Tell me a situation where
if they did nothing with that car, like if they were running what they had now, then yeah, probably. But I feel like if Max goes,
if Max wasn't in that team,
or if Max isn't there, I think the issue that we have doesn't exist anymore.
No, well, if it was that simple, I think they would have pulled those triggers.
But that's where I feel like it is that simple.
But
and then when you're looking, when you've got Yuki and you've got Checo and you've got Max in front of you, and you're thinking, which one of these three do I really need to make happy? You always look at Max.
Yeah. No,
that's probably my thinking there. But if he wasn't there, that maybe we've probably got 4 RBs on the grid, to be quite honest, and they're all doing just okay. I don't think the issue exists when Max isn't there. Is probably something I'm starting to think about a little bit more there.
Yeah, precisely. Precisely, and they have a competitive second driver.
Yeah, but like this question of do we need to change the car for a second? Like back to that. Like, do I care if Yuki's unhappy? Not really, because I've got a happy Max. So until I don't have a happy Max.
So what next? What next for that team? So they've got 4 world championships. Yep. 4 drivers' world championships. Yep. They've got 2 constructors out of this era.
Yeah, which is excellent.
What next?
It's gonna this
year's a write-off.
Oh yeah, I saw that from Helmut Marko. I don't believe that Max is out of this at all this year.
This year's a write-off.
Really?
Yeah. The championship's out. So that's the big one for them.
I disagree with you there.
The championship's out the window. They're not. No, the constructors' championship is out the window.
Constructors done for everyone,
but particularly for them, they're gone for that one. Yeah. So that's out. Drivers' championship, I will discard Max. He's absolutely in it.
That's it.
He's absolutely in it, but that's only because time hasn't allowed him to be out of it. Let's go another quarter of the way through the season.
Oh, absolutely.
And we could be talking about that, and that's still insignificant. So for me, that's fine. You've won 4 and 2.
Yep.
It's next year. My big question's around next year. So next year, you've got to try and find that happy balance, don't you? That could be without Max Verstappen. It could be without Adrian Newey.
Could be without Christian Horner.
It could be without Christian Horner.
They're going to go with Ford engine as well.
Where on earth does their success come from?
I don't know.
Next, if that was the case, and they've possibly put themselves in this position where they haven't set themselves up for the future.
Yeah.
I just, a whole team being successful is really important.
Yep.
And but the challenge is, you'd never give away those championships.
Yeah.
No matter what, would you?
No, that's fair. Yeah. You wouldn't give up a title for anything. Hero of the hour from Dean, and we probably overlooked this too. Alex Dunn, McLaren reserve driver, might have turned things up a little bit, but he still did great job in FP1, which he did. He finished 4th in FP1 for a ride. So
they were fairly quick.
Yeah, which is really
he was
good.
So,
absolutely.
Okay.
But then disqualified for the race afterwards, so it didn't really go that well.
It was literally an hour that he was hero for.
Yeah, I like that. It's very rare that you see a rookie come in for their FP1 stint and do anything outside of 13, 14, 15. Like you have a result like that, like 13th, for example, and you're like, oh, that's not too bad. But then 4th, suddenly you catch everyone's attention. You're like, oh, but yes, instead that is in the McLaren, so fair enough. Question. With the F1 film coming out recently, what are our top 3 motorsport movies? Dean's are...
Good question.
Dean's are Ford versus Ferrari. Yes. Tick. Fabulous movie.
Great movie.
Second for him is Rush.
Yep.
I agree with you.
That's
movie. Good. Third, Days of Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's pretty good.
I haven't seen. I've been meaning to go back and watch that one. I haven't seen it for a while.
Through a period.
They're talking about doing a remake like they did with.
Yeah. I went through a period
fun.
over the Christmas holidays last where I sort of got into all those, those old films that everyone talks about but you've never seen. Yeah, I watched that too. Italian Job is excellent. The original.
That's not a racing movie, is it?
No, but it's got cars and it's
Okay. Yep.
cars.
Yep. Motorsport. We're looking at.
Motorsport. Minis are stealing things. In
Herbie?
Cars. Herbie, not really motorsport.
As a kid, that was one of my favourite. No, Herbie used to race.
Yeah, Herbie
he used to
race.
Go on long distance
I
races.
have been watching Cars at the moment with H.
Yeah.
And Cars 1 is my favourite and Cars 3. And he gets so excited. My favourite thing is the opening scene of Cars where Lightning McQueen comes out, right? And it flashes like black and you hear Lightning McQueen's voice and then the truck opens and you see the exhaust going.
Yes.
And for a 4-year-old that has seen this, I don't know, 87 times a week, the pure excitement is what keeps me watching too. He's like, Dad, is it going to be Lightning McQueen? I'm like, I think it is, mate, because it was every other time. And then the truck Mac opens and the lights are on. He comes out. He's like, ka-chow. Oh, my God. And he just loses it. I love that. But I do enjoy Cars. He's an excellent, excellent racing movie. Excellent. Number 3 is good.
Good choice.
I also love Tokyo Drift and Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, no, not for me.
No, it should be.
No, I've seen the first one like everyone else, and that was okay.
That was excellent.
I
Street
didn't feel
racing.
the need to go
I
past
love
3.
Fast and the Furious. No, you don't go past 3. It's a dark hole that you're going down if you're going past 3, and then you're enjoying any of those. But you know what? I'd probably say Cars is my favourite. Like, it really is.
It's a goodie.
It's super.
It is a goodie.
It is super.
What was the one with Will Ferrell and...
Ah, yeah, Talladega Nights.
Yeah, that was
I love Talladega Nights.
That was a goodie.
So good.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I think he's nailed the top ones.
Yep.
Ford vs Ferrari, Rush.
Yep, and he also recommends Love the Beast in 2009, a doco on Eric Banner's Falcon Coupe, which I've actually seen that too on SBS, which is very good too.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Wonderful.
it. Thank you, fans.
Absolutely. We'll be back after Silverstone.
Yeah.
Goodbye.